Hello everyone, happy Friday, and a blessed day of Venus to you all. Welcome to your weekly installment of Aphrodite in Isolation. This is going to continue until I run out of things to say, or the situation in the world changes, whichever comes first. This is something that I feel compelled to create, whether it's something I need to do for myself, or for the Seaborn Goddess, or for someone listening, or a little bit of all three. I don't pretend to know. Now, let me get ahead of the first couple of questions. But you're the heathen alchemist. Why not a Germanic deity? Because relationships are important in heathenry, and this is a pre-heathen relationship that has been maintained. What took so long? I had too much of my own work to do first. I'm here now, and hopefully that's going to be the important part. So, what is this going to be about? Well, whatever I feel like it needs to be about. If you're like me, and most other human-looking creatures in the world right now, this whole isolated thing is disturbing. It's disturbing sleep, it's disturbing work and finances and healthcare and spiritual practice and your diet and everything else that you could think of. And we're stuck. Profound disturbance like this usually promotes the fight or flight response in a human and most other creatures. But right now, our only choice is freeze. And that is one of the most profoundly traumatic things that the human mind can endure. That sense of not being able to fight off the problem or to flee the problem, that helplessness, it absolutely just breaks something in our psyche. And we're all dealing with it to one degree or another. So I think the absolute first thing that has to be talked about is be gentle with yourself right now. I am seeing on various social media these things about if you don't come out of this with a new skill or a new understanding, well, no. If you manage that, awesome. I mean, really, good for you. Said genuinely. But don't feel the need to push yourself. Everything about this is just so incredibly abnormal. You have to be gentle with yourself right now. It's time to focus not on trying to do new and impressive things, but on holding on to the foundation, the things that are going to keep us going and keep us centered. It really is back to basics time. And I'm well past 101 level on at least a few topics, and I'm going back to basics right now because that's what this time is for. That's how we're going to manage. And what do I mean by basic? I mean it's time to get back to such fundamental things as meditate, cleanse, protect. And these are the very first things that we encounter in any introductory level book. They're the first things we encounter with our first couple of classes with a teacher. And there's a reason for that. They are absolutely crucial to maintaining your stability in an everyday magical practice, and certainly in the situation that we find ourselves in right now. There's no substitute for these three things. Your meditation may not look like mine. Your cleansing may not look like mine. Your protection may not look like mine. And that's perfectly fine. Half the fun, I think, is figuring out which methods work for us as individual practitioners. So use what works, but use something. And if you're like me and you found out that your usual methods are simply not up to the task right now, well, that's fine too. Nothing about this situation is normal. If you usually rely on, fragrant smoke for cleansing and it's just not getting in there to get the anxiety and the negative thought patterns out, try a ritual bath. Maybe that'll work a little deeper. If you usually use sound and it's too jarring for you right now, try smoke. Maybe that will be gentle enough to work without, upsetting your energy further. That's fine. It's absolutely fine. Find something that works right now and use it. Get back to these basic things first, these absolutely fundamental tools of the practice. When you're ready for it, when you've got these things working again, don't rush. Don't rush it. When you're ready for it, then we can start looking at, other ways to face what's going on in our heads. It's absolutely, it's like having a whirlwind stuck inside your brain. All of these fears and anxieties and the uncertainty, the sheer overwhelming uncertainty is just racing around in circles and screaming inside my skull, and I know I'm not the only one feeling it. But even taking the step to look at the thing that's running around inside your skull and go, hey, that thing, it's okay that it exists. It exists. It is a normal, emotional reaction to an abnormal situation. One more time for the people in the back. That is a normal, emotional reaction to an abnormal situation. There is nothing normal about this situation. And when you look at that thing that's running around in your head, it's okay. You've got to forgive yourself for its existence. It's not your fault that it's there. It is not your fault that you feel this way. In this current situation that we are dealing with in the world, absolutely none of us can be blamed for feeling the way we do. Our actions are a different story. Those are something we can absolutely learn to control, but that's an entirely different conversation. So that I think is going to have to be step one. It was step one for me. It's been step one for everyone that I have talked to so far. Getting back to that foundation of finding a meditation that works, finding a cleansing tool that works, finding a protection that works, and recognizing that as strange and out of the ordinary as the world is, we have to be gentle with ourselves. It would be ideal if everyone could take the next step from being gentle to doing everything from here on out, from that place of loving and accepting yourself. But I know we're not all there. I know that there are plenty of days when I'm not there. And that's a process too. And especially as much as everything else right now is adding stress, adding difficulty, it's okay. Be gentle with yourself. This won't last forever. There's gonna be another side to it. We're gonna come out. It's gonna be okay. But right now it's rough. Right now we've just got to get through it. And I'm gonna leave it with that for now. One thing at a time. Don't overdo. Get back to that foundation work and do it gently and do it with understanding. There is enough love in this world for all of us. And then some. It's just hard to see it sometimes from inside our own heads. It's a process. Take care of yourself. Be gentle with yourself. And as much as you can, keep that inner fire burning. Even if it's just embers right now. That's okay. Keep it burning. I'll see you all next time.